shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, people stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Control.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time till Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome out here to the Black Diamond Racing League, BDRL, here at Talladega tonight. You're just joining us here in the beginning of qualifying. Again, welcome out here to the legendary track Talladega. I'm your host up here in the booth, the Goose, and I've got my co-broadcaster with me up here, Christopher. Say hi.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Talladega.
Should be a pretty fun one out here tonight. Taking a look out there for your race information out here tonight. These guys are going to have 100 laps to go here tonight, 250 miles total. The first stage is going to come out at lap 35, and lap 70 is going to be your final stage here tonight. These drivers are going to have 4 sets of tires to get this done, running on 80% fuel, and taking a very quick look at the weather here so far on track. Temperatures are looking 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 mile an hour, now 11 mile an hour. Northeast winds. It's clear conditions out there and not a lot of humidity, 35% humidity. Christopher, why don't you catch them up on some of the things that they missed out the past couple of races since we have been absent from the Black Diamond Racing League here. Why don't you fill them in and catch them up to speed?
Absolutely. Well, last week, Black Diamond Racing League was in the heartland state of Kansas, taking on the Kansas Speedway. Last week's winner, the number 3 car of Travis Gilbert, currently your points leader as well, with a points lead of about, I believe, let me check here, 58-point lead ahead of your second place point setter of Richard Byers in the number 1. as well, your points leader, Travis Gilbert, his team is team's point leader, American Outlaw Racing, with a 170-point lead over your second place point sitter of Team Putzing Around Motorsports. Last week, a bit of penalties were handed out, and some drivers will have to serve some EOLs. The 00 Jacob will be serving an EOL at the beginning of this. Jacob Davis and the 24 will be serving an EOL. 57 Austin Norris will be serving an EOL. 59 Justin Cope will be serving an EOL. Number 75 Jordan Zamgani Mander will be serving an EOL, and the 99 Curtis Mitchell will be serving an EOL. That is 6 drivers serving EOL at the beginning of this race. Going to be interesting there. You know, one thing to actually note tonight is the start of the Black Diamond Racing League in-season challenge presented by Vet to Track. If you're unfamiliar with what's going on there, start tonight in Talladega. All drivers are entered to the challenge, and this challenge will be going on for 5 races. It's going to start here in Talladega. Next week, we go to the Lone Star State of Texas in Fort Worth, going to the beautiful 1.5 mile track of Texas Motor Speedway. After the completion of that race, the top 16 drivers in points and finishing points only, not including bonus points, not including stage points, will be locked in for the round of 16. The round of 16 will then go from the round of 16 to the round of 8 after the completion of Watkins Glen. So go from 16 to 8, from 8 to 4 after the completion of Dover, and after the completion and after the top 4 are locked in, the final in-season challenge finale going on in Charlotte. Now these drivers are racing for a nice winning of $25, a free paint scheme courtesy of Black Diamond Design, and 1 free charter for the 2027 season of Black Diamond Racing. That's one thing really keen to look at there. A free charter for next season, gonna help somebody out a lot. And as Goose already mentioned, 100 laps here, and we'll definitely be getting going here. It looks like your grid is getting set right now.
Alrighty, speaking of that grid, as we get down to the nitty-gritty coming here to the start of this race, Dennis Orff is going to be in that P1 position. Jason J. Martin is going to be in P2. John Talley will be bringing it up in P3. Ray Lane is going to be in that 4th position. Travis Gilbert in 5th. Austin Hobart in 6th. Austin Norris will be in 7th. Randy Drumhiller in 8th. And David Salter will be in 9th. Jay Hone will end out this row in 10th position.
Yeah, absolutely. Going on to our second section, the number 34, Dallas Fridley, will be starting in P11. 11 of Jacob Cummings starting in P12 on the outside. The 18 of Daniel Jackson starting in P13 in the inside. Beside him, the number 12 of Jamin Bernhardt in the number 12, starting P14. P15, number 2 of Keith Pittman. Number 1 of Richard Myers started beside him. In the 17th place, the 81 of David Hamburg and 83 of Jason Crumley started beside him. Moving back another row, the 92 of Alex Pollock, and then the 00 of Jacob Schofet. I'll let Goose take it from there.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, leading on to that next row, Kevin Croft will be in 21st. Robert R. Matthews will be in 22nd. Michael Lovelace in 23rd. Wyatt D. Hicks in 24th. Justin Cope will be in 25th. Jim Treat, 26th. Jordan Zamgini, or Zamgimander, I'm really bad with the last names, P27 for Jordan. Terrence Preston will be in 28th. Ethan Farless will be out there in P29. And Noel Holmberg will sit there in P30th. Looks like rounding out your field right there. Perfect. See Ethan Farless in that 98 machine there. Hopefully he has a better race this week. We all know Ethan. We all know how he drives. We love him to death, but goodness gracious, sometimes that man, he can scare me when he gets out there in a NASCAR.
You throw shade at the boss, man. That's crazy.
I have to. It's already early on in this stream here, and I've already got to assert my dominance over Ethan and say he's probably going to crash. I'm going to call it out here. Place your bets in the chat, folks.
That's crazy. He's the one that pays you. Remember that.
That's all right.
Here we go, getting ready on the front stretch coming to the tri-oval. Getting ready to go. 30 cars here, 100 laps of distance. I'll let Goose take it away.
Dennis Orff is going to lead him around to that restart zone here at the famous 2.6 mile Talladega Oval Speedway here.
Green flag, green flag.
And green flag is going to come out here for the first time at Dega tonight. Let's go racing, boys. Dennis Orff will take him across the start-finish line. You see John Talley there in that number 6 machine, close to his bumper, trying to stay there on that inside. You see the 16 machine of Jason J. Martin struggling a little bit on that outside there. Didn't get as great of a run off that start as he would have liked to as his competitor there in the inside row. Hopefully we can see him work his way up that field and bring that outside lane to fruition.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, I want to talk about something that's actually going to be very important in the entire race. Stage 1 is lap 35, stage 2 is lap 70, but I want to talk about the biggest thing that's going to come into tuition here in tonight's race: fuel strategy. This track, Talladega, 2.6 miles, it is going to be a lot of fuel strategy because it's Talladega. It's bound to determine the big one's going to happen, but that doesn't mean there's going to be long stints of runs. It's going to be interesting seeing what will occur and how this will pan out for drivers. And it's going to be interesting to see what fuel strategy there is. Tires aren't too huge of a concern. They definitely could be a worry, but you're at Talladega. It's all throttle all the way, but it's definitely going to be interesting. If you didn't know, with drafting, the person that's getting the worst fuel efficiency is that guy out front right now of Dennis Orff. Dennis Orff is getting the worst of fuel efficiency, and everybody behind him is using less throttle and using less fuel than he is. So it's great to be up front, but it's also one of the worst things because you're using the most fuel. You're going to have to come to pit road early, and it's just going to be one of those deals of it's either be up front, lead the pack, or stay in the draft and maybe save some fuel. So, I'm noticing here this bottom line, this top line here of Keith Pittman, it looks like they are still struggling to get going, now falling in line behind the 11 of Jacob Cummings. Jacob Cummings currently sitting back here quite a ways from that in the outside line. Now, as I mentioned about fuel, Jacob Cummings is going to be the outside line leader, so he's also getting bad fuel efficiency compared to the people behind him.
You see Dennis Orff up there in that first position, still holding on to that lead. Definitely with that fuel situation, though, it's definitely going to play into a part when these drivers are going to have to come down pit lane. I did hear from one of the guys out there tonight, fuel will be about 31 laps or so. They'll have about 31 laps or so. So stage 3 should be pretty good. Stage 1 and 2 is going to be pit stops as needed. So
absolutely. You just kind of wonder you just kind of wonder with what is going to be in store here for this whole entire race in its entirety, because, you know, Talladega is very unpredictable. You know, it can do wonders of things. It could be a great race it could be a game changer race for someone if they're up front at the right point, and we will just have to see. This outside line starting to brew up a little bit with the 41 of Ray Lage getting the trade rolling. Going to be side by side by your second place of John Talley, and coming up on your leader of Dennis Orff.
Definitely a fun one. It's looking like out there so far tonight. John Talley in that second position. Dennis Orff going to be up there in that first position, still trying to claw and hold on to this lead. He's been able to do it all night so far, though. Been able to hold on to that lead and not have to regain it. I think I was trying to say retain the lead. He's been able to retain the lead all night. But John Talley in that 6 machine, we know him from the past here in this league. We've watched that aggressive number 6 Ford Mustang rocket forward multiple times on multiple tracks. Can Talladega be one of those tracks out here for John Talley today? Currently up 1 position since the start of this race. Your third position, David Salter. Currently up 6 positions since the start of this race out there in that number 28 machine.
Absolutely. Well, we are coming after passing the stripes. We're currently 6 laps into this thing. 94 remain. So is still Dennis Orff up front. You know, I'm kind of looking here. Looks like the weather's staying nice and consistent here. Nice and sitting at 79 degrees. Track temp raised up a little bit, up to 110 degrees. Track temp. So track is definitely picking up some heat, and rubber's getting laid down. You know, I'm looking at these lap times here. Lap times have definitely increased. Leaders, Dennis Orff, this time around, looks like he's going to be putting down a, let's see, he's come to the line now. Going to be putting down a 49.674. So definitely interesting to see these lap times and how they're going. You know, it's definitely going to be interesting to see, you know, how this all pans out for everybody. You know, one thing I want to talk about, I don't know what happened here, but your points leader, Travis Gilbert, in the 30th position, sitting 2 laps down. Not sure what happened to him, but unfortunate start to his race.
Yeah, you can see Travis Gilbert back here. Currently in 30th, started 5th position. Not too sure what happened to him. He's back here in a 3-car group currently with, I believe that's Loveless in the 68, and wouldn't you know, who is that right in front of him?
Well, that's Boss Man.
Yeah, that's Boss Man Ethan Farless. He did not crash. Granted, he did not crash like I asked him to. Currently, though, sitting back here in 29th position, the last car on the lead lap. So, not too sure what happened to him off the start. Must have just not been a very good start to the race. Thankfully, they'll have a stage coming up here soon. As long as they can stay from going a lap down, I think they should be A-okay.
Absolutely. You know, we're kind of looking here. You know, got still your leader, Dennis Orff, still showing the way here. And it honestly just becomes a fun thing to watch, because you just watch it and try to figure out what is the strategy, what is the move. And I think that's what everybody's asking. Not only that, I don't think that's just what we're asking. I think that's what all the drivers are thinking as the laps wind down here. You know, that outer line still trying to get connected. If you look here, quite a huge gap here. You got your first 5 all grouped up, and then a gap before connecting with another group of 6. So see if they can get back connected and rolling again. But that outside line trying to get something rolling and possibly get around the leader of Dennis Orff. Side drafting a little bit, looks like, off the side of John Talley here. See if they could get up front.
See that outside line still trying to move, as Christopher said. They're looking pretty good. They've been able to at least stay to that third car's side. Coming through these past couple of laps. You see Kevin Croft way back there. I see that Fitness 19 machine back there. Kevin Croft currently in 27th position.
Absolutely, and as we see here, you know, here comes a big push from the number 74, I believe.
Yeah, right to the back bumper of the 6.
Bump drafted here. Here we go.
41, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, you got to do leader of 41, Ray Lade. He's gonna jump to the bottom. Ray Lade jumps to the bottom to block Dennis Orff and take the lead, and that line falling quickly back.
That's the beautiful thing about Talladega here. You see these different lines coming into play, and you're going to see that here throughout this entire race. You're going to see that outside line fall off and then rocket right back up, and then fall off and rocket right back up as cars come in and out of line. Pretty much they just got to get a few more guys up there in that top line, get them all synced up together, get them close, and get them going around that track, and they are going to make some time. As we make our way through the green flag runs here, let's take a little second here to say thank you to some of our sponsors. Let's say thank you to some of the sponsors that make our channel sponsors that make this channel possible. I'm so sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. Fitness 19, definitely want to give a shout out to them. That is Kevin Croft's business, the driver out here. Goose's Rattle Can Shop, of course, my business. If you need a iRacing paint job made, make sure to check me out on Discord. Puffy's Swag Shop, the owner of that business, also out here, the 00 of Jacob Shoffit. Also, make sure to check out our new website. Thank you to Christopher for building that up. It's currently in the works. It's getting made, so not everything is fully done. But as anything here on this channel, we are improving every day and making new stuff every day to bring to you guys.
Caution, caution.
As the
Yellow
Christopher comes
Any
out.
feeling about the car at all?
As the Christopher comes out, heck yeah.
As
Here
the
we
Christopher
go. Yellow
caution comes out.
Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out.
Not too sure what that was. Keith Pittman did go off track. Let's take a look and see if that's what caused it. Keith Pittman.
Look like it's a group with Michael Loveless, the group of 3 back here, from what I'm seeing here.
We also saw Keith Pittman take a little, he blinked, went up into the wall, and then down through the center of the tri-oval into the grass. So unfortunate for him, but if it was that
Michael,
group of 3...
I'm not sure if it was or not. There was definitely some damage that happened.
I'm not seeing Michael Loveless on track, so stay tuned, guys. Let me just grab what happened here. Christopher, as we look for this caution, would you like to thank the sponsors that make the Black Diamond Racing League possible?
Absolutely. I want to say a big shout out to this Black Diamond Design, a premier iRacing paint scheme provider who specializes in NASCAR paints with a price range of $12 to $30. Simpson, use checkout code BDE for 8% off all purchases on your next order from Simpson. That's code BDE spelled as it sounds. Next up, thank you to Precision Speed Solutions, the official setup shop of the Black Diamond Racing League. Use code BDRL at checkout for 10% off all setups, including monthly passes and memberships. That's BDRL, spelled as it sounds. And thank you to Vet2Track. Vet2Track is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping military veterans find purpose beyond the uniform. Through high adrenaline motorsports experience, Vet2Track gives veterans the opportunity to get back in the saddle, rebuild confidence, and reconnect with a team-driven environment that mirrors the camaraderie of their services. From track days to pit crew training, their mission is simple. Give veterans a new lane forward, battling PTSD one lap at a time. To learn more or support the mission, visit vet2track.org. That's VET2, number 2, track, TRACK.org. Vet2Track, rebuilding lives through speed, purpose, and brotherhood.
Big shout out to them to making the Black Diamond Racing League a thing that we are able to do. While Christopher was reading off those sponsors, we took a look back here, and we've been playing what happened out there, and it just looks like that group of three. Michael Loveless stuck there in the middle, blown engine will put an end to his night. Unfortunately, it looked like he overheated out there. Of course, being there in the middle, unfortunately, that blew his engine. Just way too hot out there.
Absolutely. You know what a lot of people forget here with drafting tracks like Talladega and Daytona is, every time you're drafting, you're taking the air that you should be getting through the front of your car, it's going over your car. So if you're drafting with somebody, the car in front's getting all the air, but everybody behind is not getting that air. That air is going straight over the spoiler of the car that's getting the air and right onto the hood of the car behind them. No air. There's no room for that air to slip down into the grill and cool down the engine. And it unfortunately heats up the motor, warm up the oil temps, the water temps, and unfortunately, to like what we see here, that water temp got too high and that motor went boom.
I've seen that happen a few times to some drivers out here at Talladega. Your speedway tracks being the most notorious for just those random blow-ups out there. I mean, you see it with some other tracks. At first, when I saw it, I thought maybe that number 3 car of, let's see who that is, Travis Gilbert. I thought that number 3 car had slown up there, and that caused Loveless there to check up and maybe downshift, honestly, out of fear, and blow the engine. But as we kept watching it there while you were going over the sponsors, it's definitely clear to tell that it's a hot day out here in Alabama. It's a hot track. You run around at 190 miles an hour. You're getting that engine oil, just the engine heat also up, and it's just there's not enough wind and air resistance on that nose to get in there to that grill and cool that engine compartment down. So unfortunate for Loveless. We'll just have to see if anyone falls victim to the same circumstances, unfortunately. It looks like Randy Drumhiller, though, is going to be taking the lead off of this restart. John Talley is going to be there on the second position. And Jason Crumley, a big mover out here today. In that, it says he's in second position for me now.
Your leader, Randy Drumhiller, choosing the inside line as Black Diamond Racing League uses the choose rule. So Randy choosing that inside line as the leader. So we will see if that pays off for him.
Crumley took that outside there. That put him up in the second. John Talley right behind him in that third position. Started right behind Drumhiller. They're going to see if they can get that inside line moving as these cars head down the back straightaway. Those pace car lights are off on that old classic iRacing pace car Mustang. I do love that pace car. It's my favorite pace car. I'm pretty sure everyone's choosing it just because we all got to know. It's the coolest pace car of them all. We also got some pretty cool paint schemes out there. I see at least there in the I'm liking that 74. I also like that Red Bull Toyota. I'm not much of a fan of Toyota, but honestly the Red Bull Toyota looks very nice out there.
Absolutely. Well, some drivers came to pit, so they topped off on gas, and we are currently sitting at 16 laps completed at the line. It's going to be the start of lap 17, and our end goal, stage end, is lap 35, so not halfway there yet, almost halfway there. Coming to the stripes now. Pace car makes a hard left turn.
Drumhiller's going to lead him around on that bottom side. Crumley on the top. Let's see what they do.
Green flag.
Green flag will be out here again for the second time here tonight at Talladega. Drumhiller has a good run on the bottom. Crumley is going to fight to get back up there to him, holding his line with John Talley there on the bottom in that number 6 Ford Mustang. up 1 position since the start of this race. Randy Drumhiller up 7 positions since the start, and Crumley there in 3rd position, up 15. That's not your highest mover out there, though. Take a look at Justin Cope back here in the number 59 Toyota. His teammate up 22 positions since the start of this race. Sitting there currently in 5th, started 26th here in this race.
Absolutely. You know, on that start, I noticed, I'm going back here to see who that was. I believe that was the 34 car of Dallas Friday, I believe was his number. Falling back quickly, jumping to the outside, getting no help early. So unfortunate there. So it is still anybody's race here with Jason Crumley out to that top spot now.
Goes, he got that lead away from the 74, went there to block it, heads right back up to the wall, and is going to fall back in line to that 74 of Austin Hobart. Being able to take the lead, the 83 has some problems, way to the outside, taking that 3rd lane on the top row, and is going to start falling way back. Ray Lane takes over the lead of this race in that number 41 machine there on the top side. Austin Hobart working to get there up to the front on that bottom side.
Unsure what happened there for Jason. Just moved up way high and just fell back, unfortunately, there. Ray Lane's still out front. Your leader, Alex Pollock, in the 92 on the inside line, trying to keep second. And Austin Hobart in the 74, trying to take the lead, but Ray Lane still out front. Ray Lane followed back now, actually, so let's see here.
Austin Hobart, your leader in that 74 machine.
Yeah, Austin Hobart moved to the
There's Dennis Orff.
Dennis Orff back up to second. You know, Dennis was leading this for a while, so we will see what happens.
We're coming to lap 21 here tonight at Talladega in the Black Diamond Racing League, BDRL. Make sure to check them out on Discord. One of the cleanest leagues that we've ever broadcast for, and just some of the most fun racing that you could have in a league race can be found here in the Black Diamond Racing League.
Absolutely. We are currently sitting at 20 laps completed. 20 laps completed by the time we come back to the stripes, and 80 laps to go. So 50 laps till we take the green and white checkered for the end of the state.
These guys should be doing pretty good, hopefully. Maybe for that final stage, as long as they can hold on to it. These guys just shy of making that fuel run here for the first stage, unless cautions do come out and these guys are able to save a little bit of fuel because of these cautions. You also got to think a lot of these guys did come down during that first caution, took some fuel. That's not going to be a problem for them. So some of these guys, if they didn't come down under that caution, they might have the pit again. If not, it's looking like they're going to probably stay out here for the entire run.
Absolutely. It is a single file line going back to the, I believe, what car is that? Let me see here. I believe that's the one car of Richard Myers back there. It is. It's the one car of Richard Myers, the first car on the outside, but he is currently sitting in your 10th place position. So your outside line is struggling to get up there, trying to make stuff work. Looks like outside line is starting to get some help. See if they can make their way up to your leader, Austin Hobart, in the number 74.
See that Red Bull machine still out there on that way outside lane. Technically the third lane here at Talladega, as we like to call it, because thankfully here at these Superspeedway tracks, you can have some pretty big lines here. You can have the first, the second. I've seen them go 4 wide at Talladega even before. So definitely a lot of racing surface to use up there for these guys. And that Red Bull machine stuck out there all alone.
Hey, by the way, you can't make fun of Ethan anymore. He's moved up in position. He's up to 23rd.
Oh, 22nd actually.
Yeah, 22nd actually.
There you see the boss man, Ethan Farless.
He's got a big run on the outside.
Oh yeah, currently 22nd, started back there in 30th position. He's working his way up there. He's getting there. Hopefully it stays like that. I blame it on that Toyota Camry.
What is it with you against Toyotas?
I don't know, man. I'm just a full-blooded American Ford lover here. I don't know. I don't really like Chevy. I don't really like Toyota. I just love Ford.
Oh, wow. You get a little loose there in the back. In the back of the pack, get a little loose on the apron of turn 3. So, keeping it straight, though. So, they keep it going.
When I did talk about using all that racing surface, I did not mean go down there to the apron, drivers.
Well, you know, as long as they don't pass down there, it's all right.
I mean, that is true. That is true. But unless you want to take that little chance of getting a little bit loose there through those corners, probably advise going against that apron.
Yeah, but, you know, I personally have gotten a lot of speed by running right up against the apron at a track like Talladega. You know, it's funny. People think you get better speed on the high, and Ethan goes down the apron there for a second. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm just watching Ethan here for a second. He goes over the apron going into the corner. Wow, that could have been bad there for a second. Wow.
We'll take a look back there. We'll take a look at Ethan as you continue, Christopher.
But as I was saying though, it's actually very, you know, for a lot of people, if you are not an iRacer, you know, if you look at your leaders, they will run right up against that apron around the corners because it's where you get the most momentum, especially if you're being pushed. You know, a lot of people will run right up against that apron because you get more momentum, and you'll actually see a lot of people when they're qualifying run against that apron to get the best lap times to qualify.
Oh, definitely. The tracks or the lines to run here at these type of tracks, you definitely want to stay as close to that apron without going over as possible, staying down there. Usually, though, when it comes to actual racing, you see a little bit of a difference. We've seen it in real NASCAR. We've seen it here in iRacing. Those outside lanes, the more and more people that they pack into them, the faster and faster they get. So sometimes, choose the lane that has the more people. Maybe that'll help you out.
Absolutely.
But generally, staying down there on that apron, that is definitely the way to go. You just got to learn not to go under
I don't know if you're looking here, but we got a third line developing here for some 3-wide racing.
Oh, I definitely do. That's the number 3, funny enough, leading that third lane on the charge up there. That is the number 3 of Travis Gilbert. He is a lap down, but he has made it up here and is currently leading these guys ahead. Probably did not want to be the leader of that line, to be honest. But being a lap down and being behind all these faster cars, you just gotta want to get past them. And hey, welcome to Talladega. You got a lot of people that are gonna follow you right around. Take a look at that 3-wide action going out of turn 2 into the back straightaway. 190 mile an hour that these drivers can get up here. I think they can still get up to that speed here at Talladega in these cars, right?
Oh, absolutely they can.
I
Currently
figured.
At 190. Early Austin Hobart at 192, your leader, your third place car, on the going down the back stretch, so they absolutely can. It is all within due time. You clearly watch your leader Ray Lane going down the front stretch.
193.
193 for Ray Lane going into the trial and down the front stretch. And 194, 95.
196. I did see 196 there just before we went in the turn 1. So definitely, these cars definitely can get up to 190. Yeah, it's beautiful racing here.
Oh wow, we got a battle for racing room here, back here with Travis and who is that? Travis and the number 08, I believe. Oh, 1. Well, I can't tell what number it is. That is, I don't know. I got blimp cam on. I'm looking at a separate camera from you, so I don't know who that is. That's the 119 car. All right, 119. Number 119, that's who that is.
Take a look out there for the number 119, Robert R. Matthews there.
As you see, nice 3-wide racing back here, middle of the pack.
There goes Farless to the inside.
Farless to the inside. And here's the nice thing.
All the way from the top lane.
And here's the nice thing, though, is, as much as Travis probably doesn't want to be that lead car in the third lane, he's currently, by him being in there, as long as he gets in front of Noel, who is, I believe, right... Noel is actually, I believe, in front of Travis. I can't tell if not. I'm looking at this at a different screen, but... if that is the case, I believe it is Travis will be the lucky dog next time a caution comes out. I believe.
That is true with Travis being up there. Actually, technically, now it's saying he's on the lead lap. I'm not too sure why. It's also saying Keith Bittman also on the lead lap. I know that's not true, though. But Travis Gilbert will be in position to get his lap back next time around, as long as he can stay in front of Keith Pittman and Michael Loveless. Currently, you're only 3 cars a lap down.
Absolutely.
Caution.
Caution is out. Caution is
oh
out.
my goodness, a big one! Oh, it's a big one through the, what is that, turn 3 and turn 4.
Turn 3 and turn 4, major incident there.
Oh, let's take a look back at this. This all really started with Austin Norris. Jason J. Martin also caught in it, and unfortunately Kevin Croft also caught in it. Let's see what happened here. Take a look up there on that third lane outside. Just gets a little bit of help from the car behind him. Unfortunately, the 57 of Norris. That's going to send him down the track towards the apron. And unfortunately, that just collects cars in it. Not much he could have done there to prevent that. Unfortunately, the 59 will go right back up into the track, right there into the 16, and just collect everybody else in it. It looks like, oh no, I saw Ethan in it. I saw Ethan.
I think he scraped by, actually. I'm watching this replay. I'm looking at it. I think Ethan didn't get too hurt.
Nope. We just saw it here on screen. That front bumper on the passenger side. Unfortunately, he ran right into the back of Martin as he was crashing.
Wow.
Not much he could do there, though.
No, that really not much he could do there. See if he comes in for damage. So unfortunate.
Hobart was just sitting on the back straightaway. Okay. Let's take a look down pit lane.
All right.
Very quickly.
It has just been announced by Race Control. This is going to be the end of the stage. It was just announced by Race Control.
Alrighty, so that will be the end of Stage 1. Your official winner of Stage 1 looks to be Dennis Orff.
Dennis Orff, your winner of Stage number 1, taking home some stage points. So,
I do believe Dennis Orff was the leader when that came out. Looks to be that way. You see the number 3 there of Travis Gilbert there on the outside. He is also going to be able to get his lap back. You see him there preparing to pass the pace car. And we do see some guys coming down at pit lane here. So let's take a look down pit lane.
Well, Race Control just announced pit road was closed, so I don't know why these guys are coming down pit road, but all right.
And you got a couple of cars racing down here. Looks to be about 3 cars. You see some of these other guys. Jamin Bernhardt out there also caught a lap down. We see him passing by pit lane there in that number 12.
Absolutely.
Not too sure why they did go down pit lane if pit lane was closed. But yeah, it should be answered next time around.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm listening to Race Control here. I got since you have the broadcast, I have Race Control audio and the Race Control screen just listening to everything. And they announced pit road was closed, so interesting.
But alrighty, as we make our way around to your second caution of the night, your Stage 1 ending here, we'd like to take a quick second to give a shout out to some of our sponsors that make the channel possible. We'd like to give a shout out to Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop. We'd also like to thank our friends over at Juicy Spider Designs and Studios. I'd also like to give a shout out there to our friends Rock Bottom Racing and Christopher. If you would like to talk about the Black Diamond Racing League sponsors that make it possible.
Absolutely. Black Diamond Racing League is sponsored by Black Diamond Design, a premier iRacing paint scheme provider who specializes in NASCAR paint schemes with a price range of $12 to $30. Simpson, use checkout code BDE for 8% off all purchases on your next order from Simpson. That's code BDE, spelled as it sounds. Simpson, a simulator racing product merchandiser. Precision Speed Solutions is the official setup shop of the Black Diamond Racing League. Use code BDRL at checkout for 10% off all setups, including monthly passes and memberships. That's BDRL, spelled as it sounds. And Vet to Track. Vet to Track is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping military veterans find purpose beyond the uniform. Through high adrenaline motorsports experience, Vet to Track gives veterans the opportunity to get back in the saddle, rebuild confidence, and reconnect with a team-driven environment that mirrors the camaraderie of their services. From track days to pit crew training, their mission is simple: give veterans a new lane forward, battling PTSD one lap at a time. To learn more or support the mission, visit vettotrack.com. That's VET 2TRACK.org. Vet to Track, rebuilding lives through speed, purpose, and brotherhood. Thank you to those partners that support the Black Diamond Racing League.
We also would like to give a quick shout out to, of course, all you viewers out there watching from home. Hope you guys are having a terrific night. Hopefully you guys are being safe. And if you guys are at Talladega, be safe. Don't tell us what happens on Talladega Boulevard, because we all know what happens at Dega stays at Dega. We see out there in the chat, Austin, your wheel turned off. That is very unfortunate. And also Logan out there in the number 57. Either in the number 57. No, that's Austin Norris out there in the 57. I guess, Logan, are you
I believe that would be
on the 57?
I believe that would be Austin Hobart that said his wheel turned off, as Austin Hobart still sitting in the pits right now. So, coming around to they are going to pace it out to the stage end is what race control has declared. So it is going to be taking lap 34 starting here, finishing lap 33. So we will see.
Logan out there saying he is the number 57. Austin Norris's boss man. So let's give some hype out there to Austin Norris in that number 57 machine. He's currently back here in 18th. He did start 7th. So a little bit of bad luck, but it's Talladega. Anything can happen here tonight. Of course, with it being Superspeedway, being back here in 18th doesn't really seem too terrible of a place to sit. And if you are going to be watching this later, Austin Norris, Logan would like to give you a shout out from his boss. So big shout out to Austin Norris out there from Logan.
Absolutely.
There's Fearless up there in 14th. He's making his way up the track. We did see he had a little bit of an issue during that caution. Thankfully, doesn't look too terrible for him, sitting here in that 14th position, up 16 laps since the start of this race.
Absolutely. Travis Gilbert, early stop in the race, qualified 5th, went all the way back to 30th, now sitting in 18th, being back on the lead lap. So it is still anybody's race at this point. Taking the stripe this time by will be the end of stage, as lap 35 is starting officially.
See Dennis Orff up there in that number 89 Mustang. He was able to gain the pole here tonight at Talladega. And here he is finishing out stage 1 as the stage winner. So that's an impressive performance. We didn't see him up there the entire time, as we can see here. He only led 13 laps. So that is a cool picture. That is a Crusader helmet. I have one of those on my next to my bed. So big respect out there to Dennis Orff.
Absolutely. So getting stuff taken care of here, you know. Let's go ahead and look here. So currently standing, all drivers there. It looks like drivers all the way back to 22nd. Wyatt D. Hicks, the 22nd driver, the last one on the lead lap.
See him there coming down the back straightaway.
Race control announcing pits are officially open this time by. So pits will be open this time by, and race control also announced that anybody that pitted during this waiting for the stage to complete is being given an EOL.
Oof. We have a request out there, Christopher, if you would like to oblige that. Austin Hobart would like to talk to our leader, Dennis Orff. So let's see if we might be able to pull him in here and just ask him about that stage 1 here.
Absolutely. Let me see if he... I don't think he's available, actually.
Let's see. Yeah, let's double check here. He's not? Oh, no.
Literally nobody's available.
Oh, yes. Okay. For all of you guys that are out there in the chat here tonight, unfortunately, it looks like a lot of people are just not out here in any of the chats. If you would like to message them and ask them to join into the chats to get broadcasted, feel free to let them know. But unfortunately, we cannot drag Mr. Orff into the box because it does not look like he is out there. Jay Hone and David Salter are the only ones out there currently.
Absolutely. It looks like Ethan and let's see here, Ethan Farless, and let's see who else is in this little shebang. Wyatt Hicks and Kevin Croft all sitting in their team radio in a different radio. So, you know, looks like everybody may be using their team radios tonight.
Seems to be what it is. Take a look at these drivers coming down pit lane. You see your leader there, Dennis Orff, coming down pit lane, having to come all the way up here to the front of pit road as he, of course, qualified good. He actually slid through his pit box there a little bit, had to back up, unfortunately, to actually get service there. It looks like he's pretty on track there with the number 6, but the 34, or sorry, that was not the 34, the 80, or yes, that was the 34, but also the 83 of Jason Crumley is going to come off pit road, and he is going, or sorry, the 83 did not come off pit road. The 34 was who I saw. Dallas Fridley came off of pit road, beat them all off of pit road. So thankfully, or good on him, he will win the race off of pit road. Jason Crumley didn't look like he pit, so he's going to be back here starting up there in first, right behind the 12 there, that 12. What do they do with the lapped cars here? Do they send them to the back?
We will see. We will see indeed.
We'll have to see when we come back to the restart. See the 83 there, getting them tires scuffed up. Not really something you need to do here at Superspeedways, but we're having a little fun under caution. Not too much to do here during those cautions. Looking back out there in the chat, Kevin Croft, unfortunate end for the race for him. His night is over, so man, sucks, Kevin. I know how it feels, man. Also, Jason Martin out there, welcome to the club. So, alrighty, folks, as we make our way through this caution, stay tuned. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to get back to Green Flag Racing here at Talladega in the Black Diamond Racing League. Stay tuned, everybody.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you Want to better your iRacing experience? Head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, people stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Controller.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish! It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim.
Alrighty, welcome back out here to the BDRL at Talladega here tonight. We're currently under our second caution brought out by an incident, but that was the end of stage 1. We have had 2 cautions here currently tonight, both caused by incidents. Taking a look out there, you didn't miss too much. The guys chose their lanes, and we're getting ready to go green here. Austin, we did notice also that you got everybody moved over there into the public chat, so you better hope that a caution comes out, because then we will actually be able to pull Mr. Orff in. We don't want to bother him off this restart here. But the pace car is going to dive down here tonight at Talladega yet again. The 34 of Dallas Fridley is going to lead him across the line on that bottom side. The 28, David Salter on the outside. Jordan back there in third. Alex Pollock in fourth.
Absolutely.
Green flag.
There's the green flag. Dallas Fridley. Great, amazing run there off the bottom of that racetrack. You see the 75 scrambling to get back to him. That 28 of David was not ready to see that speed fire off out of that 34. It's all Fords leading the top 4 Mustangs. Broken up by a Chevrolet and then some more Mustangs.
Yeah, Goose is fanboying over here over his Fords.
Logan wants us to talk to Norris, the 57. Give him a quick talk. Logan, if you can... Is
he done? Wait. Is he done racing? No, he's actively racing right now.
I was about to say, Logan, if you can okay it with us, since you were the boss man of the driver, if you can okay with us to pull him in while he's driving around.
No. We're not even getting it okayed by the No, we're just not doing that.
We've had some bad things happen in the past where we've pulled some drivers in or started talking about certain drivers, and then all of a sudden they crash. I wanted to get through that really quickly, though, real quick. Take a look at that third line. Ethan Farless is the 4th car back in that third line, the last one in that third line on the top side, and that middle line is dissolving. It looks like that top lane might be able to sneak right down there in front, and they leave Ethan out the hang.
Wow.
Ethan Farless gets hung out the hang by the 92, the 41, and the 3. They'll come right down in front of that 28 and take that top row lead away. Trying to get up there to Dallas Fridley in the 34.
And you just know Ethan is giving the bird to the
he's
ball.
livid. He's probably livid. That's not the first time that's happened to him.
He's definitely pissed right now. Poor guy.
Here comes the outside lane. They got a good run on Fridley there. Not going to be able to get it through that corner, though. That corner helping Fridley out, but not too sure about this back straightaway. We'll just have to see how those cars get linked up coming out the back.
Oh, don't worry. Ethan caught back up, and now, I don't know what he was about to try there. It looked like he was trying to shoot the middle, possibly, but no, he's waited.
Yeah, okay. That's probably a smart decision.
I thought he was about to shoot the middle. I'm like, probably shouldn't do that one, but you know, you do you.
Another sponsor we'd like to shout out here for the channel, Premier Racing Setups. Make sure you guys check them out if you guys need a setup for any of those open iRacing lobbies or any league races. Make sure to check them out online.
Absolutely.
We have a code for them, don't we? I never remember the codes.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use code Fearless15. That's FEARLESS 15 Fearless15 for 50% off your next order with Premier Setup Shop. You know, I actually bought one of their setups actually this week.
How'd it go?
I've been running the official Class C Open race, the Truck Series, as I was telling you earlier, and I've been using their setup for that, and I've had really good success with it. And currently sitting at a 3.86 in safety rating, trying to get up to Class B. So I like it. It works good. Can't approve.
We talk about Premier Racing setups. We see the 2 Precision cars up there. P1, P2 right now. About to lose P3. Or not P1, sorry. P2 and P3. P3 now lost, unfortunately, to Dennis Orff out there on that outside. And Alex Pollock. Oh, here they come. That outside row has got that momentum. They may not have the cars, but they got the momentum. Dennis Orff has cleared the 34. Is he going to move down? He is. And he's going to come down. Oh, the 3 gets loose!
Does he? Does
Oh,
everybody
no! The 3 goes around and it collected the 12, and it looks like it also collected the 00 of Jacob Schaffet, another Fearless driver out there tonight. Ah, they're beating the hell out of us Fearless drivers. Come on, man. See Schaffet with a little bit, well, a little bit more than a little bit. You see him with a lot of damage there to the front bumper. Unfortunately, let's see what happened. I'm sorry, that's with Jamin Bernhardt. Let's see what happened. We're gonna have to rewind this just a bit.
Oh, I see what happens. I'll let you show it first, but.
Alrighty, here we go. Let's play it. Well, let's rewind it again because I just messed that up. All right, slow-mo. Take a look. 367 kind of gets into the 3. 3 loses it up the track. Hits that rear bumper off, locks up the front brakes. Unfortunately, when you get into the slide... Oh, no. Ethan, are you serious?
What did Ethan do?
Ethan ran right back into the back of the number 3, and that sent the number 3, unfortunately, down the track into the 00 Schaffet in the 12 car of... that is Mr. Jamin Bernhardt. So,
well,
I know it wasn't Ethan's fault. I saw that. Ethan, you had nowhere to go. I just love messing with you. But something that we have not pulled out for a while, and something that you have not had the royalty of being able to listen to yet, Christopher. We have everybody's favorite part of the stream. Everybody loves it. If you've seen the streams before, you know what it is. It is time for the famous caution song of the night. Let's take a listen, folks, as we make our way through the BDRL caution, third caution of the night.
Well, you may have run out of racecraft. You may have made a mistake. That pedal on your far left side, most drivers call it the brake. Now I know you may be new to the craft and not so adept at turning left. So why go free wide into turn 1, then run out of skill? Now we're all done. Now the caution is out and the yellow is flying. The leader is pissed and the offender is lying. Here comes the goat, with an end of line. The penalties are coming. There might be a fight. Race hard, race clean. Use respect and be nice. I'll see you at the finish line. Get a win in life.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Black Diamond Racing League here at Talladega. Your third caution of the night. We had a little guest pop into our chat. Hello, Ethan, if you're watching. I did not delete your message, I promise. That was not me. So,
Ethan, we have terms of service for a reason. Let's not get our channel striked before we hit 1,000 subs, please.
Either way, hopefully you guys liked that caution song. If you guys have never heard the caution song before, that is the famous caution song that I like to play. See, the pace car lights are off now. Drivers are going to choose this time around. Dennis Orff is going to choose that inside row. He's been choosing that inside row. It's been a great row to choose off the start. It's been a fast row. So hopefully they can make something work. Alex Pollock thinks that he can make it work as he's going to go with him. You see the number 6 of John Talley. Again, we've talked about him here tonight, and we've talked about him in multiple races. An aggressive, fast car every week out there. Up there in that second position. We're just going to have to see how it goes. Real quick, we'll show you a little bit of your race here tonight. 100 laps again here at Talladega. Stage 1 ended on lap 35. The final stage will end on lap 65. We've had 6 lead changes here tonight. 3 cautions caused by incidents. We were able to wrap that one stage 1 ending into the incident. Unfortunately, was brought out by the incident. We are currently on lap 46, coming to lap 47 this time by. I just got a message on my thing that said Ethan crashed. I didn't miss that, and I'm not going to miss that. We're going to show the people before we go green. What did you do?
He didn't crash. He disconnected.
Oh, well, I don't know why it told us he crashed. You'll see him there going down.
Because he just came to a complete stop.
Oh, well, yeah, you saw him go down there on the apron, take a complete stop. He's back in the pits, unfortunately. So, hard day for Ethan.
He's all done? He took the plane out of Alabama. He's gone.
Oh, well, Ethan is done here tonight. Hopefully, Ethan, you watch, because the pace car is coming down. And Dennis Orff, I mean.
He jumped on the private jet and said, I'm out of here. Not tonight.
Dennis Orff in that Ford Mustang. Your top 8 are Mustangs here. Let's see if those Mustangs can make something work here tonight. Green flag out at Talladega here for the 4th time. And Dennis Orff, like every other time, gets a good run there on the bottom. John Talley actually gets a pretty good run there in that 6 Mustang, and he's coming up fast with the 2 cars behind him. That's the 18 and the 11.
You know, I just realized what time it is. I think Ethan's private jet had to take him to work. That's what happened. I think that's what happened.
Well, Ethan, you're off to work. These guys are going to keep racing it hard out here. Hopefully next week, Ethan. Maybe next week. See, Alex Pollock, you're one of your league officials. He's up there in that second position. He's got the 41 of Ray Lane right behind him. And Dennis Orff right there. What happened to the 6? Where's this? Oh, he fell back there into 5th position. I see him there. I see you, John.
He didn't fall back far.
Why? Something that I'm still wondering, I'm sure a lot of our viewers probably here at home are also wondering, why is that Red Bull car still all the way out there on that outside? That's Jason Crumley in that 83 Red Bull Toyota. Now is going to fall in line in that second. I'm wondering if he got pushed out of that line again, like we saw earlier on.
Possibly. He could have. You know, Talladega is such a vicious track when you get pushed out of line and have nothing going for you. The air that the cars in front of you are giving you just dissipate, and you just start falling back quickly. So definitely something to think about. Well, Dennis Orff still chose the way here, and that highline started to make a move. The highline, led by the number 18 car, starting to make a move, possibly. 18 car is Daniel Jackson. Daniel Jackson getting some pushes from the 11 of Jacob Cummings. So we'll see if they can get this highlight road. Oh no, the 29 car of Noel Holmberg gets into the wall a little bit. Falls back a little bit behind. And gonna tag the back of the field, I believe.
See, our weather has changed just a tad bit since we've been out there. Temperature out there is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. You got 7-mile-an-hour northeast winds. It's still clear and 32% humidity. So humidity not really playing a big factor for these drivers. We know sometimes humidity can play a big factor when you are racing cars.
Absolutely, and just so you know, we just at the stripe started lap 50, so at the completion of this lap, we will be officially halfway.
Awesome. Here, as you heard Christopher say, we are coming to halfway. Here of an 100-lap race in the Black Diamond Racing League here at Talladega. We'd like to take this time, hopefully if no one crashes, please don't crash, guys. We'd like to take this time to thank your sponsors of your league. Christopher?
Absolutely. Black Diamond Racing League is brought to you in part by the Black Diamond Design, a premier iRacing paint scheme provider who specializes in NASCAR paints with a price range of $12 to $30. Simpson setup gear. Use checkout code BDE for 8% off all purchases on your next order from Simpson. That's code BDE spelled as it sounded. I want to clarify, I'm not saying Simpson, I'm saying Simpson, SIMSONN. Precision Speed Solutions is the official setup top of the Black Diamond Racing League. Use code BDRL at checkout for 10% off all setups, including monthly passes and memberships. That's BDRL spelled as it sounds. And Vet2Track. Vet2Track is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping military veterans find a purpose beyond the uniform. Through high adrenaline motorsports experience, Vet2Track gives veterans the opportunity to get back in the saddle, rebuild confidence, and reconnect with a team-driven environment that mirrors the camaraderie of their services. From track days to pit crew training, their mission is simple: give veterans a new lane forward, battling PTSD one lap at a time. To learn more or support this mission, visit vet2track.org. That's VET, number 2, track, TRACK.org. Vet2Track, rebuilding lives through speed, purpose, and brotherhood.
Definitely big shout out there to Vet2Track. I've heard a lot about their company, actually, and I can personally say seeing it and seeing other drivers being sponsored by them and seeing the impacts that they are able to make within their communities. Very good organization, very good program to check out. We've heard out there in the chat, Austin Hobart, it's a very hot track temp. It's causing some of the cars to become loose. Austin, aren't you supposed to be out there racing?
Austin Hobart's in the pits. I think he's out.
There he is. Yeah, I see that now. Okay.
He's left. So Daniel Jackson taking the lead from Dennis Orff with the 11 car right behind him in tow. And Dennis coming in hot to possibly take it back. Jackson has the ability to jump down if he wants to. Is he going to do it, though? That becomes a question. It does not look like he has enough time before Dennis Orff and that bottom lane come along chug-a-lugging.
See the 83 still out there on that third lane. I'm starting to think that isn't on accident. I'm starting to think that that's purposeful. Jason Crumley up to 9th position on that outside lane. Now up to 7th. He is actually making a lot of ground on that outside by himself.
I've seen that.
Whoa.
I also heard someone hit the wall, so I'm not sure what happened.
I'm not too sure either. I don't see anything wrong with those cars. Those cars almost look spotless. You do, if you guys have been here following along with us for a little while here tonight, you see the 57 drops down there. Jacob Cummings in that 11 car is your new leader. You've known that we have had a few cautions here tonight. So a few of these cars, a lot of them. We started this race with 30 cars, and it's looking like we are just down to 23. Yeah.
23.
Yes, 23 cars, correct. Justin Cope is going to be the last car out here. And Jacob Schaffet is going to be your second to last car in that 22nd position. They are both lap down, unfortunately. Hopefully we can see them get back up there when we come to the stage, if we make it to the stage before the caution comes out. Jacob Schaffe is looking like he's going to be in a pretty good spot to get his lap back.
Here's a big shove from Jacob Cummings to the lead. Jacob Cummings
coming up on lap
his
traffic.
outside line coming up on lap traffic. Is lap traffic going to play a factor? Oh my God, that high line gets loose and Jacob Cummings jumps to the bottom. And wow.
See that lap traffic out there, a lot of damage, unfortunately, to him. That looks like to be the number 12, I think, of Jamin Bernhardt. Correct, that is Jamin Bernhardt. Well, he's had a rough night, unfortunately, out here tonight.
You know, I hate to say it, and I feel like this all, I feel like you mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. I kind of played you down a little bit. I said, no, it's not going to happen. You know, that last caution was, the only reason those cars got hurt was because of Ethan, and now all Fearless Motorsports is below the top 20. So, yikes.
We have been having a rough night out here for Fearless. We do see Wyatt D. Hicks, a Fearless driver, in that number 78 machine. He is going to be there in 20th position. Let's just give a shout out to some of our Fearless drivers out there tonight. Jacob Schaffe still out there in the 00. Currently in 22nd. He's doing pretty good. We did have Ethan out here. Unfortunately, did not finish the race. Michael Loveless.
Hey, you're missing a battle for the lead right now. You may want to get up to the lead real quick.
Let's go up there to the lead as we shout out the last two. Michael Loveless and Kevin Croft. Unfortunate nights for them as Fearless drivers as well. Not able to take home any position here tonight, unfortunately, at Talladega. You see the 57 of Austin Norris up there in first currently. He is on that outside lane, and he's got the 28 working with him.
Hey, Logan, is Boss Man happy? Logan, is Boss Man happy? I don't know if Logan's still here. We'll see if Logan's still here.
Logan is the boss man. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is Boss Man happy right
now?
now?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah,
Boss Man, were you happy there with Austin Norris leading those laps? Probably not now. Unfortunately, fell back to fourth. But look, he's there in that third position now. He's back.
He's third.
Yeah, he is not done yet.
I don't think Boss Man's here.
I'm not too sure either. Either way, though, missing it, but his driver doing very, very good. Absolutely clawing and digging his fingers into those podium positions. And remember, folks, don't go anywhere after this race because we are not done once this race ends. We still have to interview your top three here tonight, so make sure to stick around and hear from the top three and their struggles here tonight at Talladega. Jordan, I'm so sorry I cannot pronounce your last name, but I'm about to do you some justice here. Jordan, you have now officially led a lap here at Talladega tonight, so congratulations to you out there in the 75 Ford Mustang. You are up currently 26 positions since the start of this race. One of the big mover currently in first position, started in 27th. Jordan in that number 75 machine, clawing and working hard. Alex Pollock, though, looks like he might want a piece of it on that bottom side. See Jay Hone right behind him in the number 6 Ford Mustang. Or not Jay Hone, sorry. John Talley in the number 6. Jay Hone in the 51 Chevrolet. And that Good Wrench 51 yellow paint scheme out there on the outside, trying to help Pollock out. Or not Pollock, trying to help out that number 75 of Jordan. Jordan retakes the lead from Pollock. Pollock was able to grab it there on that bottom line, but Jordan's got that bumper out. Now Alex has got the bumper out. It's back and forth, trading positions here. That inside run has got it, though. They're going to start pulling away. The 6 and the 92 are going to get clear of that top side. Just a couple extra cars in that bottom lane. See cars getting filtered out as they get loose, coming off that corner there. Going up there into that third lane.
You know, at the start of this lap, lap 60 is now underway. At the completion of this lap, there will be 9 laps away from stage in.
See the 34 of Dallas Fridley back here working alongside of Jacob Shoffett down there on the bottom side. Trying to get something to work, trying to get their way up through there. Jacob Shoffett hopefully has to hold on to this position to be able to get that lap back in case of a caution or the stage. We've got a little less than 10 laps to go here.
Actually, one thing I want to point out about Jacob, I'm actually, he's doing good for his run because he announced before qualifying started, he's on a hot spot tonight.
I did see that. Yeah, he is. He's usually Mr. Jacob Shoffett, owner of Puffy's Swag Shop. Remember, guys, if you are looking for some good custom clothing, he can make you whatever you want, and he can do 3D printing. So if you guys have any 3D printing projects that you need done, make sure to check him out. Does great work. I'm currently actually wearing one of the shirts that he made me. It is the race shirts that I have given my race team members in real life. He was able to make those. So thank you again, Jacob, out there. But I did see what you were talking about. He is usually one of those guys that is always in the Discord. He's always there having fun with us in chat. Unfortunately tonight, stuck on a hotspot, no internet, so not in Discord. Thankfully still was able to make the race. So we do get to watch Shoffett work his way.
I'm honestly impressed that he's able to do this race on a hotspot because my hotspot would give out by now.
I do too. I'm really surprised. We do see a new leader up here. Alex Pollock was able to take the lead away on that bottom side. The 57 chasing him down on that top side, though. We've got to run for the lead.
Austin Morris on that high side, and here's some lap traffic going past. Austin Morris, hot, big lead. Him and the 11 car and the 18 car possibly are all dropping down to block Alex Pollock now.
Yep.
So Austin Morris up front with the 11 of Jacob Cummings and 18 of Daniel Jackson behind him, and Alex Pollock unfortunately got blocked. So Alex Pollock sitting in your 4th place position now. That Austin Morris in the lead of that high side, got it rolling, and they did good. The number 6 car of John Talley getting sucked up the middle. Oh boy, John Talley getting sucked up the middle.
Oh, it's the Hornet's Nest back here. Oh yeah, Hornet's Nest as always here at these Super Speedways. Taking a look at your race recap so far, we've done 64 of 100 laps here. Austin Norris, your leader in that number 57 machine. We've had 3 cautions here tonight, all caused by incidents. The lead has changed a total of 15 different times this race. Austin Norris, very comfortable out there, single filed all the way up to the front. And we also got to see out there in the chat. Let's see, the number 3, American Outlaw, said, did anyone check on the number 3? He may still be in the infield care center after that lick. So
absolutely.
He got hit so hard his internet disconnected. That's what Kevin's out there saying.
Oh wow.
Crew chief said too much damage. We're done.
Oh wow.
And Walker is happy Maxwell is doing broadcasts with y'all fearless.
Thanks, Walker.
So thank you, Walker, out there in chat. Thank you for joining us here in the Black Diamond Racing League tonight. Sounds like you got a couple of friends out here tonight, Christopher.
I guess I do. So, looking here at your lead, it is still Austin Morris out front with the 11 of Jacob Cummings behind him. David Salter in that 3rd place position. Daniel Jackson, who was in the inside line with Jacob Cummings and Austin Morris, jumped to that high side, trying to get that going. Des Orff, a name that we've been talking about all night, helping Daniel Jackson, and here comes Daniel Jackson and Des Orff to the high side. So here comes Daniel Jackson and Des Orff to the high side. See if they could possibly do something on that high side.
Ooh, the 11 gives a good shunt there to the 57.
Absolutely. See if maybe people jump up. We do have a 3rd line developing here, being led by the 6 of John Talley, I believe. No, that's the 41 actually. My apologies. That's the 41 of Ray Lane. Gosh, I'm getting names confused. That's lovely.
I do the same thing. His last lap was a 50.210 here. Your leader's last lap was a 50.159. So not too far off pace. Trying to just get up there. You see that inside row has more cars, just a little bit more speed. You got that second row there. 4 cars in that. And then you've got, what is that, 6 cars there on that top row. Trying to make something work. Ray Lane leading them around.
Absolutely. And I will be right back one second.
You are all good. Let's take a look here at Ray Lane on that top side. He's been fighting to try and get up here to the first position all night. He's been able to see it in his front windshield multiple times. Alex Pollock, another leader here tonight, right behind him, trying to push him up there to victory. The 51 is still staying with Pollock. See that Red Bull machine, the number 83 of Jason Crumley back there. Trying to get something to work with those 4 cars on that top side there.
All right, I am back.
Yes, Jason Martin. We are going to be broadcasting next week, and American Outlaw Racing may be down the 3 car. However, we still have a hot rod and one of the best in the business, the 41 of Ray Lane, representing us. So
Ray Lane currently in the top side right now.
6th position there. He's down 1 spot, but now he's not. He's up there in 4th position.
And he jumps to the bottom with Alex Polk. Alex Polk jumping to the bottom, jumping to the middle lane with him, and here they go.
They've been working together all night. And let's see if that's going to pay off coming around the back straightaway this time. Ray Lane in 3rd position there, the leader of that 2nd row. Let's see if he has enough steam in that engine to fight for the lead away from Austin Norris and Jacob Cummings in that 3rd position.
Absolutely. We are coming up soon on the white flag lap to end the stage here. Lap 69 is starting now, coming across the stripes. And it is Ray Lane to the top spot. See who wins the stage. It's a battle between the top and the bottom. We will see indeed Ray Lane being pushed by Alex Polk on that high side. Ray Lane gets a little loose there for the push, but he stays up front. Alex Polk
trying to make that 3rd line out there.
Alex Polk, Ray Lane, Alex Polk, and John Talley jump to the middle, actually. They're not jumping all the way to the bottom, but
they'll filter down there to that bottom.
There they go, all the way to the bottom, coming to the green and white checkers. Here comes
the
Daniel
18's got a good one.
Daniel Jackson possibly coming on a run.
And
here's a lap car, and here we go, coming to the line. It's
Ray Lane.
Caution.
Ray Lane taking the stage win here. Yellow flag is out. Ray Lane takes the stage win for stage number 2.
Congratulations out there to Ray Lane. You led 8 laps here tonight. And he also is your stage 2 winner, your final stage of the race.
Absolutely. So that is the stage ending. Now, we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast here.
They wanted to talk to Dennis Orff at some point, so let's remember to also pull him in during this caution.
We'll do that in a second, but I want to bring up something real quick because, you know, if you weren't here at the top of the broadcast, tonight's race actually starts a little in-season challenge for the drivers of the Black Diamond Racing League. So they are doing a little in-season challenge starting tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. 5 races, and after each race, starting at Texas, 8. It will lock in, starting at Texas, so after the completion of Texas, lock in top 16 drivers in finishing points. After Texas, they'll go on to Dover, go on to Watkins Glen, and after Watkins Glen, take the top 8 after Watkins Glen, and then go to Dover. After Dover, lock in the top 4, And after completion of Dover, the top 4 will battle it out at Charlotte Motor Speedway to see who wins the in-season challenge to get $25, a free paint scheme from Black Diamond Designs, and the real golden trophy of this challenge, a free charter for the 2027 season of Black Diamond Racing League.
Alrighty, that's definitely going to be something that we are definitely going to be looking forward to and watching coming up here in the upcoming streams. So we make our way through the caution here. We're going to give you guys, we're going to, actually, let's talk to Travis Gilbert. Travis Gilbert is in the infield care center. Let's give a talk to him real quick before we talk to Dennis Orff during this stage 2 caution. I actually cannot drag anybody. Uh-oh.
Neither can I.
Well,
that's great.
You want to do something unprofessional and just go join him real quick down there in the infield care center real quick?
Sure. Let's go.
All right, let's go bother him.
Hey, Travis, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, Travis? We couldn't drag you.
Yeah, so we had to come down to the infield care center. We couldn't have you come up to us.
How you feeling after that little lick?
Man, what a start to the race. We had a comeback, and then all hopes just got smashed all in 1 second, didn't it?
So what happened at the start of that race? Because I noticed like lap 5, you're 2 laps down. What happened there?
All right, so I have 2 different internets, one for everybody else's devices and one for my iRacing. Well, tonight my PC decided to connect to the one that everybody else's devices is connected to.
Oh no.
So my brother-in-law said I was blinking during qualifying and it didn't register to me to come check to see if it was like switched over. So
oh no.
Going down the backstretch into 3, somebody spoke up and said, hey, you were gone the whole backstretch. So I just yanked the left and checked my internet, switched over to my good one, and then so, you know, obviously I had to wait for it to kick me out of the session, close it, reopen it, and then got back in, and, like, everything was going okay for how bad it started, right? And then...
Well, yeah, you made it back on the lead lap, so... You made it back on the lead lap, we're battling up there, and then, looked like you got a little love tap there. You got a little loose. I couldn't tell...
so... I mean, go ahead, my bad.
No, I looked at so I have a different camera angle than Goose here does, and when I looked at it, you two didn't even make contact when I went to your right rear. When I went to your right rear, you two didn't even make contact. It literally just the air off his car made you loose.
So Jim came over and said that he thought it was netcode, so you
yeah.
can't see the netcode, and the way that my car reacted, it acted just like netcode. So
absolutely,
I had it saved, and then unfortunately Ethan got me. There's nothing he could do. He was stuck in a bad spot, and then that shoved me down the track. I would have been okay with the double zeros hit, but the 12 car, when he hit me in the left front, that broke the left front, and you guys know with the next gen car. Yeah. Go down pit road. They don't pit they're not going to put the pit sign down. They're going to tell you too much damage. Load it up. You're done, son.
Absolutely. Damn it. Our boss ruined your night. God dang it.
No, he didn't. I think internet and netcode did. So I don't blame Ethan at all. I've seen you guys are giving him a hard time. So.
We love giving him a hard time. It's our only chance that we're able to give him a hard time without yelling.
Actually, hold on. Time out. Actually, you know, I'm allowed to give him a hard time because he almost got our broadcast channel a strike on YouTube. So
yeah, he's saying bad words and stuff. He's being bad. So
he came in here after that and dropped a no word in chat and.
Yeah,
gotta love Ethan.
You know, it sucks. The points leader. This is gonna change things up, though, guys. You know, like Ray Lane, I'm telling you, he's missed a few races. He's my teammate. He already won the stage. You see that bet the track on the side, that burnt orange paint scheme. That dude's determined. He doesn't like to lose. He races go-karts. Make sure y'all watch him and Alex there. So it's gonna be like with me out of the race, no stage points. Like this is gonna kill my point sweep. After tonight,
Absolutely. Well, hey, we're gonna jump into the broadcast booth. It looks like we're about to go green. We'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a good one, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a good one, Travis.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, that was Travis Gilbert in that number 3 card. Hard lick for him. Unfortunate end to his night with some internet problems. But as he was talking about, we do see the number 41 of Ray Lane up here in first position. He's going to lead him around on that bottom row come this restart.
Here we come to the start-finish line.
And here they go. Ray Lane down there on the bottom. David Salter on the top side. Danny Jackson right behind Ray Lane. And Jordan's going to be on the outside there, trying to help that 28, or that 28 machine. Apologies. The green flag is out, and Ray Lane gets a great run off that bottom, dragging that 18 right behind him. You see Dennis Orff back there in that number 89 machine, one of your leaders here tonight, previous leaders, also your pole winner here tonight, sitting right back there in third position. I'm sure that's got to look a bit scary to Mr. Ray Lane and Danny Jackson there in the second position.
Dennis Orff comes to that high side and get to see if Austin Morris can push him along. So another thing to note, you know, we were talking about points and stuff with Travis. Travis is your points leader. So with him not able to finish tonight's race, it's definitely going to shake up the points a little bit, and definitely going to be interesting to see what happens after tonight's race, because, you know, Travis is coming into this with a 58-point lead over your second place of Richard Myers. So definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with points after tonight's race when everything's said and done.
That is definitely true, and especially with a track like this, Superspeedways. You can't bet on them. You can't do any of that. I learned my lesson when I started sports betting, and unfortunately, found out very quick you'll lose a lot of money when it comes to Superspeedway days. So, never bet on a car. You see Ray Lane out here in first, up 3 positions since the start of this race. That isn't saying that's where he's going to be, though. As you see, Dennis Orff in that top side has got that bumper across and is technically... he's going to steal the lap away from Ray Lane and is going to lead this lap here across. Dennis
and Austin
will shoot to the bottom and take it away from the 57 of Austin Norris and try and get that bottom side working.
Absolutely. Austin Morris pushing Dennis Orff along, and Austin Morris and Dennis Orff take advantage of it, working together and get in front of Ray Lane. Now Dennis Orff being pushed along here. See what is in store. Dennis Orff so strong here tonight, and able to do a lot with his car. I just heard on the radio possibly some chatter between the number 75 of Jordan and the number 18 of Daniel. Number 75, number 18 of Daniel is telling him he can't go anywhere, so not sure what's going on there, but definitely be interesting to keep an eye on. But with that said, I'm looking here at track temps. They have actually lowered since we've got going. Track temps are now at 97 degrees, and temperature outside is up to 81. So track temps lowering, air temperature raising. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that as we finish out these last couple of laps here. With coming to the stripe, it's going to be 22 laps remaining here.
Definitely a fun race out here tonight. Dennis Orff, your previous leader and pole sitter here at Talladega, now up in the lead. Austin Norris quick right behind on that number 57 machine. Top 7 here tonight. Well, now top 6. All Mustangs. Chevrolet brings up that 7th position, followed by another Mustang, and then it's 2 more Chevys. They just keep changing around. It's so hard to call out things on time here, and things.
And here comes Ray Lane. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Ray Lane making a push for the top spot now again.
Oh yeah, he's there on that outside, and Ray Lane will steal the lead away from Dennis Orff for that one. He got his get back And John Talley in that number 6 Mustang, we've talked about him all night. There he is. He's right behind Ray Lane in that 2nd position. Get this weather off the screen there.
Absolutely. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but that push came out of nowhere. It's such a good push that happened, too.
See these guys definitely very, very fast out there. Dennis Orff back there in 3rd position. Austin Norris in that number 57 machine. He's been quiet all night, but he's made his name known up here at the front. Just has to get up there in that 1st position, sitting real good. Hopefully we'll get to see some action out of him very soon.
Dennis Orff, Austin Morris, and Daniel Jackson up in that high side, and
whoa! The 41 throws an aggressive block to the 89. The 6 almost gets it to the 89's bumper. They're gonna get it all straightened up here. Double file racing down the back straightaway.
A little aggressive there, boys. We're not finished with this race yet.
She got a little scary out there. Thankfully, these guys were able to keep it clean. Oh my goodness!
I don't think I would have been able to keep it clean if that was me out there.
You see these guys are getting more and more aggressive as the laps go on. These guys are getting tired. 100 laps at Talladega is nothing to shake a stick at. It is a long race. It's a tiring race. 250 miles here at this 2.6 mile racetrack.
Absolutely. And you know, for all the people that don't do sim racing, that maybe watching their friends or their family that are racing in this event, you know, we're real close, almost had contact there between the 367 and the 11 there.
The 11 just got a little bit loose off that corner. That air is definitely a key to these next-gen cars.
Yeah, absolutely. But as I was saying, for the people that maybe don't do sim racing, you know, I'll say personally, I've been doing sim. Oh wow, we got contact.
Oh no, a big wreck! The big one comes out here. Well, it's not really a big one. I thought it was going to be worse than it was. A couple of cars crash here at Talladega, and that's going to bring out the 5th caution of the night. 4th caution caused by incident.
Wow.
Let's take a look at what happened there. Robert R. Matthews unfortunately crashed. I mean, you can already see it. I wish I had my cursor on screen here, but you can already see it looking at this standstill image that it gave us back to. I see that Coors Light machine pointing his bumper up that track a little bit. Let's just see what unfolds here. I could be totally wrong, and I've been totally wrong before. Unfortunately, this time it does not look like I'm wrong. Hamburg and Matthews get together. That's going to send Matthews a little bit squirrely back down into the Coors Light machine, unfortunately. Going to come up the track and hit, looks like the number 12 there almost.
So he actually hits the 44, but I need to give a huge props to Randy in the number 44. Watch the Coors Light car come up into Randy, and Randy able to keep the car under control and not slam into the wall there if you watch the replay.
Very true. Let's rewind it here just very, very quickly and pull that back up. Let's stop it right here. You see Randy Drumhiller right there. Let's grab his camera view. This 4 position right here might be the best. Let's play it. Watch Drumhiller. The Coors Light car just up in the Drumhiller, sends him almost up in the soffit, threads the needle through the 2, keeps it off the wall, and drives straight. What an incredible performance from Drumhiller. Holy crap.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, hold on, I need to give him a shout out because that was incredible.
I do know
a lot of drivers would have lost it there.
I do know there is a guy that has been waiting for us in the broadcast waiting room. Kevin Croft would like to talk to us.
Well, hold on. Well, we got to go down to him then.
Yes, sir. So we will meet you guys down there with Kevin Croft here in just a second.
So we're coming down to you. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, Mr. Kevin Croft. We heard that you wanted to talk to us, and we saw that you had kind of a, I don't want to say bad or terrible night, just a hard night out here at Talladega. Tell us what happened from your point of view. What ended the night here tonight at Talladega?
Yeah, hey, thanks guys for having me on. I appreciate it. No, yeah, we were hustling back. I was just trying to actually stay in the back of the race there for a little bit and just kind of ride along and could see what happened like with everybody up front. But unfortunately, about mid-pack, somebody got turned sideways. They went down across 3 wide, and they came back up and they just backed into the car on the inside of me, and he came up and pancaked me against the wall and just took me out of the whole race. Like, I had no steering, no brakes, so I came down the track. I think I collected a couple other cars on incidentally. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to stop, but no, it was a rough end of the race. But I'll tell you one thing right now. I'm just watching this race here. This is probably one of the cleanest groups that we race with here at Black Diamond Racing League. Everybody in this field is magnificent. I haven't really run asphalt up to this point. Pretty much I've been running dirt for the most part, and this year I really started focusing on asphalt and getting back into it. But so it's been a learning curve for me. But this has been it's been a fun race to watch, and unfortunately Fearless has been pretty much victims of a lot of stuff here. But no, it's been good so far. So, but good watching it. Unfortunately, I'm out of the race. Don't want to see that. But yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Christopher, you got anything to ask him?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been poking fun at Ethan all night. What's your take on Ethan's performance tonight?
Honestly, it's Talladega. Everybody has incidents here. Unfortunately, he's a working man, so
you could be true. You could be honest.
He got caught up in a few incidents here, and unfortunately, he just said he was going to park it and just go to work and make some money. Honestly, he didn't really run bad from what I was watching. It just, really, he dropped down in front of me a couple times. It was like kind of close, but he made it in. But no, again, Talladega is its own animal here. You never know what's going to happen. So I don't want to talk bad about my my team owner. So definitely not going to get put on the couch for the evening, if you know what I mean. So
we'll do the bad talking for you. All right.
Yeah, we got you. Don't worry.
We got you. No, actually, we're allowed to bad talk him because he almost got our broadcasting channel taken down for a strike.
Yes, I was in the chat earlier when that happened, so I was kind of like, okay, yeah.
Good one, Ethan.
I just kind of stayed quiet about it, but no, it's a great. Honestly, this league is truly one of the better leagues I've ever raced in. So it's good to be part of it. Unfortunately for me, I seemed, because I am in the back every week, I seem to get caught up in a lot of stuff. I had my best finish last week at 10th place, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, at Bristol. Fortunately, I had prior engagements last week and wasn't able to be here, but no, can't wait to next week. I really don't know where we're at next week. Does anybody?
We're at Texas next.
Texas, okay. Yeah, I heard that. I thought that might be it, but so yeah, we'll move on and upward and hopefully bring it out. But real quick, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to thank a couple people. I'd like to thank Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Broadcasting, obviously putting this streaming this race here. I'd like to thank Black Diamond Racing League, obviously putting this league on every week, because like I said, this is probably one of the better ones I've ever been in. Figuring Out Motorsports, that's my own personal team, but obviously Fearless, I run under that umbrella a lot. Also Fitness 19 Louisville, that's our gyms, and Fitness Time Louisville as well. So, but other than that, Puff Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle. Goose, what's yours, buddy?
Goose's Rattle Can Shop.
Goose's Rattle Can Shop. It's all that paint.
Well, you want to set us underway here? You want to set us underway?
Yep. All right, guys, we're going to go green. green. Here we go.
All right, there we go.
Ray Lane. Good jump on that bottom there. Again, we talked to Kevin Croft there. Unfortunate night for you tonight. Hey, hopefully we see you do a little bit better next week, hopefully. It's Texas, so you never know. You might be able to get up there into a first position.
All right, guys, appreciate it. I hope they good race to the end here. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Kevin. Alrighty, that was Kevin Croft. An unfortunate end to his night there tonight. While we were talking to him, we went green. He called it out, and Ray Lane took the charge, jumped up there to the top side.
And
you see the 11.
And here comes Jacob Cummings.
Yes, Jacob Cummings shoots down there to that 11s from right behind that 41. Takes that bottom side and takes the lead away from Mr. Talley.
That was very dangerous. There was not much room to do that.
Oh, yeah. That was one of those. he had it in his head. He's like, I've got to do something here. I'm stuck between here. I've got some speed. I just got to go. And he made it work out there. Risky, but it worked.
Risky, absolutely. That was impressive. But here goes Ray Lane and Dennis Orff on the top side, trying to make it work.
I do see a little bit of a remnants there of a third lane trying to make its way. 3 cars, Alex Polick. Also, you see Mr. Crumley there in the 34. That is Dallas Fridley. They are trying to make that outside lane work, and they've got more and more cars joining them as I talk about them. Ray Lane here, your leader of the race, was able to take it back. Dennis Orff right behind him, your pole sitter here at Talladega. Also, a lot of laps led here, so being in second place, that's definitely got to be scary up there for Ray Lane.
Absolutely, and here comes that highline. You're just like, whoa, 11 car shoots up the racetrack a little bit into that outside lane there for a second. But anyways, that highlight tried to make it work, and here comes Logan Morris to the outside. Austin Morris, I'm sorry, to the outside. Go and Dennis Orff to the outside. Oh my!
It's just back and forth trading here all night at Talladega in the Black Diamond Racing League. We are on lap 88 of 100. Current leader, Ray Lane. We've had 5 cautions, 4 of them caused by incident tonight. One of them, of course, for your stage 2 break. We've had a change here tonight in leadership, a total of 19 different times, including just now Dennis Orff taking back that lead and Jordan right behind him. So we'll just have to see how this one unfolds. You see 3 wide racing back there. See if they can keep it straight and keep it good as we on lap 89 of 100. They get a little loose coming out of corner 2 there down the back straightaway.
That's the one thing you gotta be careful about with bump drafting is if you don't hit that bumper dead on, you're gonna make the car in front of you loose. And it is so hard to control a loose car, especially off the corner in a push. That's why a lot of people when they're racing. When you race in these events and you race on a super speedway, you're gonna hear them talk about not bumping in the corner and letting off a little bit until you get to the straightaway, because you bump in the corner, it is a nightmare to keep your car under control as we go into the corner, and a bump is occurring by Ray Lade here.
There's a new 367. Yep, there's a new leader out there, that 367, Jim Treat. Has led that last lap here at Talladega and is now up here in first with Ray Lane right on his bumper, giving him that push. You got Dennis Orff there, now in second, right to the outside of Ray Lane. We'll have to see how these lanes move.
This is definitely going to get interesting coming to the closing laps.
Dennis Orff takes the lead.
Dennis Orff takes the lead. 10 laps to go at the stripe.
Going to be able to retain this lead through the corner and count it as one of his own. He's going to get clear and he'll take it as his own. Lap 91 here of 100 laps at Talladega. It'll be lap 92 next time around. We're closing out here. Ain't got too much to go, my friends.
Oh, Des Orff to the high side. We got a 3-wide battle for second.
Oh, yeah, they fanned out coming to that back straightaway. You see the 51, the 41, and the 89 all in contention for a lead right now. Who can get that bumper there and who can have the best line? You see the 18 get a little bit loose there in the middle.
Loose. Wow.
You see
Ray Lade getting the top spot out of that.
You can definitely see the effects of that air off of those cars now. You get air on the sides, air off the back, air off the front. You just have no air holding that car down on that surface of that racetrack. It's going to get you really loose through those corners, and also being right up there on the bumper of these cars, it makes it very, very hard to see in front of you. Dennis Orff around! Oh, no!
What's going on out there, bud?
Wow.
Oh, no, sorry. That is the number 6 of John Talley. I keep getting those two confused. He is also around and also has a wrecked race car. Oh, no. A lot of your leading cars here tonight. A lot of just those front-running, aggressive, just great cars here tonight. Unfortunately, taken out here in some of the last laps at Talladega. I could see that coming, the field getting aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll really quick see if we can go back and check out what happened there. We see it start happening up there in the front as I try and pull up the correct cars. We did see that Tally got into it a little bit, so we'll follow along with him real quick. Let's rewind it just a little bit here. and hit the slow-mo as we come through turn 1. Look at Dennis Orff up there in the front. Just gets sideways, unfortunately.
Does he get sideways or does he get hit?
He got hit, and that turned him sideways, and unfortunately back up into the track. Looks like the 11 was able to help out Dennis Orff, unfortunately. And you see it collects Jason Crumley. Takes out the, of course, number 6, the 367. The 12 just barely missed that. And Jacob Schaffet back there locking up those tires, just trying to avoid it. He will get by, thankfully. So, unfortunate for them. Ray Lane, still your leader out there. Someone we haven't talked to just yet during this race, but we wanted to. Of course, I cannot drag people, so maybe if Boss Man's out there, would still love to talk to Mr. Dennis Orff at some point, especially now more than ever, to see what happened. But I don't really recommend joining into that race chat right now.
Yeah, probably not.
No, I really don't want to hear the words that are coming out of some of those drivers' mouths.
Yeah, probably not very friendly right now.
No, probably not very family friendly. So we are going to save your guys' ears from that.
Oh, wow.
For some reason, my phone just restarted itself. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting distracted by stuff. Heck yeah, we love technology.
Yeah.
Ray Lane will be up here in that first position, and very, very quickly, your biggest mover of this race so far. It looks like is your second place position, Jordan. Real quick, we will show where he is and where he started there. Currently second, started 27th.
You know what?
You all right, Christopher? You had something to say?
Yeah. Just listening to this racing radio here.
Gotcha. Yes, something that I'm not able to hear, but Christopher is able to hear, is the actual radio out there.
Yeah.
He can hear all the drivers talking and everything, so I'm sure that's funny.
Yeah.
So
just some education is going on, to say the least, right now.
Oh boy. Now that we do have my phone back up and running, it looks like I'm actually kind of concerned why it restarted, because I've been having problems with my phone lately. But now that we are back, we can see 10 laps to go until somebody is going to vet to track victory lane here tonight in the Black Diamond Racing League here at Talladega. So yes, we've got less than 10 laps now, but pretty soon we are going to be crowning the winner here in the vet to track victory lane at Talladega.
Absolutely.
Is it going to be Ray Lane? Is it going to be Jordan? Heck, it could be the number 57 of Austin Norris out there. You never know.
Here
plays out.
Here's what I want to point out, actually. Look at your fourth place runner right now. That's Richard Myers, number 1 car. Your second place points runner right now, actually, behind the number 3 of Gilbert Travis by 58 points. Gilbert early exit from this race, so really it could be a really good points day for Mr. Rick Myers here if he keeps it the way he's going.
That is very true. But with Ray Lane being one of those top runners out there all night, it's hard to say. But we did see, it's Talladega. Anything can happen, and we did see it here tonight. All those front runners, unfortunately, had that incident come out, which put them all in a bad space. And now, Justin Cope, we were going to talk about Jason Crumley sitting down pit lane. I don't think he's going to be coming back out to return anytime soon. Also, the number 89 of Dennis Orff, pole sitter here tonight, led many laps here tonight. Unfortunately, sitting down pit lane there. I don't think he's going to be coming back out tonight.
Unfortunate there for him.
did see the number 6 of John Talley. He was caught up in that incident. Take a look. He's back out here on track, trying to get caught up to the field. Back here in 16th position. Tough break for him. Who knows? It's Talladega. Maybe he'll get that speed to get up there. Being back here with little laps to go here at Dega, I'm not too sure. I don't want to call anything now because I've seen some miracles happen, but I'm not too sure. Also, American Outlaw says this is why consistency is so important with the switch back to the chase format away from the awful playoff format.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, I like that.
I can definitely agree with that, and I definitely agree with this format.
Back the way it should be.
Yes, I do agree. The pace car lights are off here again tonight at Talladega. 6th caution here tonight. 5th one caught out or brought out by incident. Ray Lane is going to lead him around on that bottom side. The number 1 of Rick Myers on the top side in 2nd position. Let's see what they can do. Hopefully final time here tonight at Talladega.
Green, green, green.
Probably not.
Well, maybe not. Let's see it though. Green flag comes out here tonight. Hopefully for the final time. Ray Lane, great start off the front. Jordan, quick to the bumper though in that number 75 machine.
Dennis Orff in the chat here. Dennis, if you're in the chat, if you want to drop down to broadcast waiting room, we'll come talk to you, buddy.
We've been waiting all night. Unfortunately, they did not give us the permission to drag.
Yeah, we've had people ask to interview you, so if you want to drop down, we'll talk to you.
See Ray Lane there now has the fight with Mr. Myers there to the outside. That outside lane's got a good run. Unfortunately, the 11's going to fall out of line just a bit. Get back in line, thankfully, as Rick Myers drops down there to the bottom side to cut off Mr. Ray Lane. Jacob Cummings now leads this race on the high side. You see that inside lane, though, quick to come back.
Absolutely. It is definitely going to be an interesting one with only 4 laps to go. A battle here between Richard Myers, Jacob Cummings.
Ooh, a little bit of a bump there through the corner. Gets a little out of there. Just slow on that outside lane. Looks like a 3rd lane might be trying to form up. 4 lanes. 3 lanes now. See that number 11 of Jacob Cummings now leads that middle pack. Rick Myers leads your race around this time. What an exciting race out here tonight. I know it didn't go the best out here for our fearless drivers, but looking at the rest of the cars out here on track, we started this race with 30 cars. We now have, let's see here, we now have, it looks like 19 cars out on track to end off tonight. 3 wide racing, Rick Myers in the lead.
Absolutely, and, oh, got some contact there for a second. And we keep going here, see what is happening. You got the 11 of Jacob Cummings being pushed by the 18 of Daniel Jackson here on that high line. See if they can make anything work. While it's all Richard Myers up front showing the way here. And see, whoa, Austin Morris goes across the nose of the 34. Surprised he didn't get turned there, honestly. 4 wide there for a second. Wow.
Back to 3 wide racing now. You see the 18 back there on the top side trying to lead Pollock around, and that number 51 back there. Rick Myers still here in that first position. Ray Lane, someone we are not a stranger to, there in that second position on the top side.
Oh,
they wreck. The 11 goes around. The Kingston spun him. The 75 is on the apron. They'll come back up. The 51 gets sent around. And the caution will come out here tonight. You see the Coors Light machine of David Hamburg has a little trouble. The 51 of Jay Hone, of course, had that little trouble there through the corner. Let's take a look what happened.
Oh, shoot.
We're going to have to go back a little bit because as you can see here, this started. The 11 there already down on the apron. Let's replay it just back here. And let's try and grab a different camera view, one where you can actually see a little bit better. right here. And let's slow-mo it. Go ahead, Christopher.
Wow. I don't know if you're looking at. I don't know what car you're looking at exactly, but Jacob.
I just watched him. I watched the 29 of Noel Holmberg spin around our guy there. Jacob
Cummings unfortunately goes around thanks to the 29 car, and then back here on the 00 of Jacob gets a little shove and the 18 car gets a little loose after giving the shove, goes into the 51 and just goes around, and the 12, unfortunately, a victim of circumstances there after that.
Not great for those drivers out here tonight. Rick Myers still up there in that first position. Ray Lane still in second. Hey, don't go anywhere, folks. While we work our way under this caution, we're going to hear from some of our sponsors, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, hopefully we will be able to finish up tonight's race. It
will be a green-white checkered, actually.
Oh, so we get our first try at a green-white checkered here tonight at Talladega when we come back to you.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the...
Welcome back to the Black Diamond Racing League here at Talladega tonight. I know that was a short ad break, but we were able to finally get a hold of Mr. Dennis Orff, your pole sitter here tonight. Led a lot of laps here tonight. Dennis, an unfortunate end to the night. Tell us what happened.
I mean, there at the end, I was racing tight for sure. It's kind of how I raced all night. It seemed like we were 3 wide. I mean, sure, you could call me low, but that middle lane was all low but one car, and got him by back bumper, and then I went straight in the wall, unfortunately enough. Trying to make that last run, that last little push to get up to the front again.
Yeah, we saw that.
I was feeling good tonight. I had my setup tuned. I was, thanks to the teammates at Sky Motorsports, helped me get up front. Unfortunately, Austin Hobart's wheel disconnected, so he went in the wall. He helped me get to the front on that first stage.
We were able to see that. Go ahead.
Absolutely, man. Fast car all night long, getting the pole position, winning stage 1. What do you think What do you think your car needed if you didn't get in that incident? Do you think you could have pulled off the win here if you didn't get in that incident?
I was feeling comfortable. I mean, I was moving around the outside, especially with those. I got fresh tires on last pit. I mean, I was taking the far outside lane. I was still making progress up the lane. I was very confident getting it, especially if I got one of my teammates behind me. I was feeling good about getting a win tonight.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, we were watching you all night, and you were battling up front all night long, trying to stay up there, and you had good competition up there. It was a nice, clean battle too. Tell us. We've heard from some people this is one of the cleanest leagues out there. What's your take on that?
Oh, it's definitely clean, and that's what I'm saying. Like that wreck, I mean, I wouldn't be racing like that in many other leagues. You have to have trust in your competitors to race like that, race that close, and that's what I was doing for most of the night, and that's why I was able to be so fast. Is because you got to be surrounded by other fast drivers to be able to drive as fast as I was trying to tonight. If that makes sense.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, before we take the green here, you got anybody you want to thank or anything?
Thanks to teammates. I'm on the Sky Motorsports team, the Tier 1 setups, and just. thanks everyone that's kind of supported me to be able to run this fast.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, if you want to stay in here, are you still in the race, or did you already leave?
I'm out. I mean, I'm in the race.
You're still on?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to watch a leader and take us to green,
I can do that. Let's make sure I'm live.
Yeah, let's get up there to the leader very quickly. We were just taking a look there at your car down pit lane.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, let's give you the honors for this green-white checkered.
Oh man, yeah, definitely cars I've seen up there all night tonight. Some fast cars up there for sure. I can't imagine that this race is going to get any calmer in this first green-white checkered.
No, absolutely. Well, it is in your hands, brother. When they take the green, take us away.
Real quick shout out to our sponsor, Whiplash Sim Cams. Some of our camera angles tonight brought to you by them. So big thank you to them.
Pace car's in. You see everyone bunching up quick. I've seen all night tonight that top line really falls off the start. We'll have to see if they're able to time their start better and keep up with it as we go across this green flag. The 1 gets a big jump. The 6 actually stays there pretty well, keeping a good distance. Not as big of a jump that I've seen so far tonight.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, thank you for taking us away. And, you going to be back next week at Texas?
I sure hope so.
All right. Well, we'll see you at Texas. You have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
You guys will. Thank you.
That was Mr. Dennis Orff. Unfortunately, was not able to bring home any kind of position here tonight. Ending with a DNF, not what you like to see. Valiant effort from him, though. Gaining the pole here tonight and also leading a lot of laps here tonight at Talladega. It goes up to Rick Myers, though, to take home the win here tonight. We're on lap 103 of 104, coming to the white flag this time. The number 41 of Ray Lane in tow right behind Rick Myers. Rick Myers will take that white flag. And here we go. Final lap in the Black Diamond Racing League at Talladega.
Absolutely. I'm really curious to see what Ray Lane's going to do here. If he's going to jump to the outside, see if he can get a run down the front stretch. He's got a great push from John Talley right now. And here he goes to the outside of Richard Myers. And John Talley stays on the bumper of the number 1 of Richard Myers. And unfortunately, Ray Lane just doesn't get the help.
Hung out to dry.
And Richard Myers up front. Here they come to the line.
Talley's right behind them. They're spinning at the line. Rick Myers still in lead. Rick Myers takes home the win at Talladega. John Talley will take home that second position. David Salter in third. Dallas Fridley in fourth. And Austin Norris will take home a 5th place position here tonight at Talladega. Terrence Preston will take home 6th. Danny Jackson 7th. Randy Drumhiller 8th. Jacob Cummings 9th. Robert R. Matthews 10th. Ray Lane 11th. Jacob Schaffet 12th. Jordan in 13th. Alex Pollock in 14th. David Hamburg in 15th. And Jay Hone in 16th. The last of the cars of 30 cars out there tonight. Noel Holmberg finished in 17th. 18th was Jamin Bernhardt. Justin Cope up there in that 19th position. 20th goes to Jason Crumley, his teammate. Dennis Orff, unfortunate night for him, back there in 21st. 22nd, Jim Treat. White D. Hicks in 23rd. Ethan Farless finished in 24th. 25th, Travis Gilbert. Austin Hobart in 26th. Jason J. Martin in 27th. 28th, Keith Pittman. 29th, Kevin Croft. And Michael Lovelace, 30th position here tonight. What a great run out there for Mr. Rick Myers. Stayed back there during the beginning of this race, but is now
really wasn't a talking point at the beginning of this race.
Not at all.
We mentioned him at the top of the show about being your 2nd place car, but
he's gonna burn it down.
Heck yeah! But no, that is what I like. What I like is the drivers that really go unnoticed till the very end. That's really good to see. Let's talk about Ray Lane. Unfortunately, getting left out to dry on the backstretch. you hate to see it. He had a really fast race car, really good race car, and yeah, just got left to dry, unfortunately. Had no help from behind, and John Talley just stayed on the bumper of Rick Myers, and Rick Myers ended up taking it home the win here tonight. And as I mentioned earlier, Rick Myers is your second place points runner right now. So this is a huge, going to change up the points a lot and close the distance on your points leader, Travis Gilbert.
I do definitely agree with that. Rick Myers out here, awesome performance here tonight. First place finish at Talladega. Hey, don't go nowhere, folks. We're going to pull in. Well, we can't really pull in.
We'll find them.
We will find the top 3, and we will talk to them shortly. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back out here to the Black Diamond Racing League tonight here at Talladega. We were able to track down your top 3 out here tonight, and we're going to start it out with Richard Myers. Richard Myers, you finished first here at Talladega. Congratulations. I'm sure Christopher has a couple questions here for you.
Absolutely. Richard, finishing in the top spot at Talladega always means a lot, but what's it mean being the second place points runner and Travis Gilbert, unfortunately, ending his night early?
Oh, it's definitely huge. He's definitely been a lot faster than me the last few weeks. So any chance I can, get a big, gap of points onto him, it helps huge. It's a war of points for the regular season for sure.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, you qualified 16th in this race. How did you manage to work your way up to the lead at the closing laps of this race and avoid all conflict?
Honestly, it was a lot of luck. I was kind of just stuck there on the bottom. It couldn't really move much. And, I was just about to think of going top, and then the bottom lane started surging, and then that last big wreck happened, and it just was able to keep me ahead of it. And then once I was up there, I had the track position. And then, once I got to the lead, having John be able to make his way back up, I knew that he would have my back and, be a good teammate. So we knew that Ray was eventually going to make a move, and he was able to, fill the gap behind me, and we were able to push around him.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to hand it over here to Goose and to ask some questions.
We noticed that the track temperatures were getting really, really hot out there, and that made it really interesting for some of those corners. Generally, we don't look at Talladega as a track where you get loose off of those corners, but of course, with just all the cars around each other, all that air getting taken off the nose and everything, and of course, with that track heating up and getting slick, did you feel those effects out there at all?
Oh, definitely. Coming out of 4, you can definitely feel the rear end getting light, and then over the bumps, you definitely had to watch being full throttle. You were better off being like 85% throttle coming out of 4 just to make sure you stay planted.
All right, and I guess for my final question here tonight, Richard, I got to ask, you're the winner here at Talladega tonight. That's got to be some sort of ego boost. What's the confidence level looking like going into Texas next week?
It's pretty good. I gotta admit, I've had a few of these super speedway tracks go the other direction for me this year. So to finally, finish one off definitely feels pretty good.
Definitely got you on that one. Hey, before we let you go tonight, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd love to give a shout out to my teammates at Putts and Around Motorsports with John Talley, David Hamburg, and Hayden Higginbotham. And, Ryko Motorsports, they bring fast setups every week. So, as long as they keep bringing them, hopefully we keep the wins coming.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on first place here tonight at Talladega, Richard. Hopefully we see you get that same position next week. And hey, good luck next week.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for the broadcast.
Of course. That was Richard Myers, your first place finisher here tonight at Talladega. Up next, we're going to talk to John Talley, your second place finisher here at Talladega. John, Christopher's got some pretty good questions for you here. I'm going to turn it over to him.
Absolutely. John, a brilliant showing by you tonight. Started this race in qualifying third. You were a talking point most of the night, and really were consistent most of the night. Didn't lead any laps, but you were definitely up there the entire night. What was your way of staying up front and staying in the mix of all this tonight?
So honestly, just the qualifying was really, really helpful. Just keeping that track position, especially in the first stage and then into the second. Just being able to stay on that bottom line. We had a lot of good cars there that weren't really moving around too much. The top line had a lot of trouble getting organized in the first and second stages, it seemed like. So just being around, kind of staying out of the chaos, making the right moves when I needed to make the right moves, just kind of helped me stay where I needed to be. It also helped me net quite a few stage points tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. A question I want to ask you. You finished second. What's the confidence like going into Texas? With the in-season challenge going on right now.
Pretty good, considering I thought Talladega could either be a middling result or a disastrous result for that in-season tournament. But to start it off with a second place finish, I think that going into Texas, it takes some pressure off, but it also allows us to really be aggressive and hopefully get an even better finish there. Hopefully we get the win there.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to hand it over to Goose to ask you some questions.
So we saw that whole entire race, just the heat, the cautions, a lot of different issues were happening for drivers out there. What would you say were the 3 key things that happened during your race that held you back from getting that first place here today?
Honestly, the bottom line, I kept getting behind a couple of different cars that really, really looked very loose and uncertain in the tri-oval. Thankfully, the Ryko setups, I felt pretty stable, even when being pushed and while pushing at all corners of the track. But I noticed a lot of cars were getting really, really loose there and just causing a lot of checkups on the bottom line. Whenever I did go top, it was primarily because of that. Once I got to the top, and if that bottom line was checking up, that was usually a reason for it, and the top line was actually able to get organized there. But handling overall, I could tell for a lot of guys was difficult. Some guys wanted to play the fuel savings game a little bit more aggressively than others. Shout out to Alex for setting the fuel tank limit on that one. I think it worked out really, really well. Some guys actually did have to save fuel. You couldn't just run it flat out, and you didn't have to save 50% either. So a couple of things there for you.
We hear all the time from people that Talladega seems to be one of their favorite tracks, or Talladega seems to be one of their most hated tracks out there. And for some of those people that don't seem to like Talladega as much as others, what kind of tips and tricks would you give to those guys racing those Talladega races out here this week?
Well, it's funny you say that because going into this race, I was not optimistic. I'm not really a super speedway guy. It's not it's not the kind of racing that I really enjoy about NASCAR. And going into it, I just kind of had level expectations. Let's say, kind of ride around, see what the track gives me. See where the race goes and take the opportunities where I can. And I really think that helps to keep a level head, not make the moves that you don't need to make. You don't have to take every run. See where the momentum is, and it really helps to just have a level head here.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on a second place position finish here tonight at Talladega. Before we let you go, any words you'd like to say or give any shout outs to any people?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Ryko. Shout out to my teammates at Putts and Around Motorsports. Couldn't have done it without Rich here. He's the one who got me into this league. And shout out to this league. We have really, really good racing here, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Alrighty, congratulations, John, on that second place finish here tonight. Hey, hopefully we see you do just as well next week at Texas, and hey, maybe there's a win there next week.
Thank you.
Alrighty, certainly not least, though, David Salter in that third position, your third finisher here tonight at Talladega. David, I'm going to turn it over to Christopher, but congratulations on that third place position.
No, thank you.
Absolutely, David. Just like Richard, I mentioned earlier, you weren't really a talking point most of the race. You were up there, but you weren't really somebody we were necessarily too focused on because you just kind of kept in the same area. Then when it mattered most, you made your way up to third. Qualified ninth, so you're not too far back, but what really was your experience like on the track?
Tonight, it was just about getting that track position. It's hard because I have no teammates out there except for one, and I really didn't see much of him. But when you got guys that are 2 and 3, 4 team car teams, you just don't get any drafting help. And there's several times that I got hung out to dry, but I expected it.
Absolutely. You state that you're a 2-car team and you really didn't see your teammate. So when you're racing, when you're in that situation, did you have anyone you could really rely on to help you, or was it just kind of find somebody and hope you could stick with them and hope they don't leave you to dry?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Hopefully, I stick with somebody, see that I'm a good pusher, and and hopefully they I get them up there and they don't leave me out. But it's tough not having teammates, or a lot of teammates.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to hand it over here to Goose to ask you some other questions.
We heard multiple things about the heat out there tonight from drivers, whether it be in our YouTube chat or here in the closing statements here in the Black Diamond Racing League. And we want to ask you, personally, how did you feel about the heat out there on track? Did it affect you at all?
No, Team Watson gave us a good setup this week, and I never had one issue with track temperature or the car getting loose or anything like that. Just a great setup by Kenny and them.
As Christopher told us, you were one of those more mid-pack racers this entire race until these ending laps here at Talladega, where you made what mattered most go towards the front. That car got up there the third position. Tell us about those last couple of laps there. What was going through your head to get that car into position to get a podium here tonight?
The biggest thing going through my head was keep the car clean and try not to get into an accident or anything like that to take me out of contention. And just luckily enough, Richard and John, they kind of committed to the bottom. I stayed with them and just gave them a good push.
It was a heck of a finish here tonight, David. Hey, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
You guys for broadcasting it, Alex for running the league, my wife for allowing me to race on these nights. So just that's about it.
Awesome. Hey, congratulations on that third place victory here tonight. Better luck next time at Texas, hopefully. Maybe we'll see that first place for you.
Unfortunately, I'm on shift work that night, so I will actually miss next week.
Ah, man. Unfortunate. Well, hey, you did a really good performance out here for the Fearless broadcast, getting that third position at Talladega. Whatever race you show up next, I hope you do just as well or even better in that one.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Alrighty, that was David Salter, your third place finisher here tonight. And that has been your driver interviews concluded tonight. Now, usually we don't have them in here. We got all three in here. If you guys all would like to say goodbye to the chat, I'll allow that.
See you, chat.
Goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night.
Alrighty, that was your top three: David Salter, John Talley, and Richard Myers. Top three finishers here tonight in the opposite direction that I probably should have announced that off in, but that's all right. Well, I'd say that has been a pretty fun, productive race here tonight at Talladega. Make sure you guys join us next week as we go back to Black Diamond Racing on Thursday, same time. We're going to be heading off to Texas, though. And these guys are going to have a lot more to be racing for with that in-season challenge. $25 on the line. Of course, that racing paint from the Black Diamond Designs. And what else did they offer in that, Christopher?
They offered a free charter for next season, actually.
Oh, yes, the free charter. That is value of up to $50 to $100 in that paint scheme. If I remember correctly, was I have it pulled up right here. I promise.
$12 to $30. Paint scheme's $12 to $30, and the $25 plus the charter.
Yes, so definitely some awesome value out there for those drivers to be working towards. Just another amazing, great race here at Talladega. I absolutely love Talladega. I love Superspeedway racing, and it was just an amazing race here tonight.
I don't think the drivers can say the same.
No, some of them cannot say the same. Some of them can. Richard Myers, of course, being one of those guys who could say, "Hey, I finished first here. It's a good night." But
absolutely,
as we come to a close here, don't you guys worry at all. We're going to have more racing coming up throughout the week. I won't see you guys again until Monday when we go back to Project Valor Championship over there in the GT3 race. Make sure to tune into that one as we are going to be heading off to, as soon as I pull up the schedule here, we're going to be heading off to Mount Panorama. So make sure to join us for that one on Monday. Christopher, I know you also have a stream coming up Monday. Would you like to tell the viewers about that one?
Well, actually, I'll tell them about what I got going on tomorrow. If you
tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have Friday Night O'Reilly series with the Friday Night O'Reilly Racing League going to the lovely track of Talladega. So we're going right back here tomorrow. So if you're interested in joining us for that, check back here tomorrow. We'll be starting everything off, I believe, at the same time as always, which is going to be, if I can pull it up here because I don't have the time because I am not prepared. Yes, 8:30 CST, 9:30 EST, and qualifying starts at 10 EST, 8 CST. So 10 EST, 9 CST. So if you are interested in Friday Night Lights with the O'Reilly series, check us out tomorrow. Should be good amount of racing. Was a great time doing it last week, and I'm excited to do it again this week. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with that. And then Monday, I'm off Saturday and Sunday as of right now, but something could happen, of course. But Monday, we'll be back with the Wild West ARCA series, I believe, is what I have scheduled on Monday. So we'll be back with the Wild West ARCA series on Monday, going to the lovely track of Nashville Fairgrounds. So going to Nashville Fairgrounds after a great race that occurred at Michigan. So if you're interested in joining us Monday with the Wild West ARCA Series at Nashville, I'll be at 8:30 EST for selection opens, and race starts at 9:05. Qualifying 10 minutes before that at 8:55. So if you're interested in joining us for that, check us out on Monday. And yeah, that's all I got.
Definitely sounds like a lot of fun stuff coming up through the Fearless schedule throughout the week. Make sure to tune in for those live streams later on during the week. As for tonight here in the Black Diamond Racing League, I have nothing else for all of you beautiful, fine folks at home. Make sure you guys are staying safe, have fun, and have a good weekend. If you guys are going to be watching the Talladega race this weekend, or if you guys are at Talladega, make sure to have a lot of fun. Drink responsibly, because I know a lot of you are going to be drinking. And yeah, so with
Don't tell us what happened on the boulevard.
No, do not tell us what happened on the boulevard. But with that, everybody, we will let you go here from the Black Diamond Racing League at Talladega here tonight. Congratulations out there again to Richard Myers for that first place position. John Talley took home second and third, David Salter. With that, I will let all of you folks at home go. Have a great night, and we will see all of you guys next time here on Fearless Broadcasting. Have a great one, and goodbye, folks.
Have a great night, folks.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, people stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Controller.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.